Assalamu alaikum. Welcome everybody. Thank you for being here. Today we have Dr. Manaf Behbehani. He was a former faculty member here at the Department of Marine Sciences. Now he's retired. He was my supervisor once, me and Ms. Modi, where he showed us the wonders and some frustrations of scientific research. So welcome, Dr. Manaf, where today he will talk about selection and execution of short-term student scientific projects.
نبتدي إن شاء الله تقعدون عشان نبتدي بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Always a pleasure to be back here to meet my students, former students mostly, and the new students. Today's subject is very specific. Selection and execution of short-term student scientific projects. A very important topic in your education. Now, first question is, what is a short-term scientific project? For you, what does it mean? A project which can be started and finished within one university semester. فصل دراسي. تسجل فيه تسوي المشروع وتاخذ الدرجة انتهى. هذه فصل دراسي تقريبا 3 أشهر or during the summer. The summer session is only 2 months, so the time is very short. But the summer has advantage because you have fewer courses, you are more free to do the research. Now, a simple question, what is a scientific project? It's a project which applies the scientific method. الطريقة العلمية تعرفونها كلكم. To reach certain facts about nature and natural phenomena. This is high تعريف scientific method. Scientific method الحين a process هي عملية, a process for experimentation that is used to explore observations and answer questions. You saw something, you want to know more about it, you make more observation, more studies to reach certain facts. Okay, so it's also the process of observing, you see, ask questions, and seeking answers. Okay, what is the answer for that? And how you seek answers? Through making tests and experiments, not just guessing. Simply said, a scientific method is a standard method agreed upon by all scientists. It's a standard method agreed by all scientists for obtaining scientific knowledge. That's as simple as I can put it. Now, you want to select a project, a short-term project. What things you take into account? First, you want to answer a specific question or solve an existing scientific problem. في مشكلة قائمة نبي نعرف شنو المشكلة وشنو حلها. Okay, we want answers for a specific problem. Another criteria is that it can be done within the time limitations. You don't want a big project that you get stuck with it, you cannot finish it, you get lost in between, you don't know what to do, and the semester will finish, you have not done the work. So you choose a project that can be done within the time limitations. Very important. We said 3 months during the semester and 2 months during the summer. Now, a very important aspect is the project you are going to do, is there enough background on it or is it new? Don't ever start a new project because you will not have references, you will not have material, you will not have background knowledge, you will be lost. Is there sufficient information about the subject you want to do? Now, another important thing is that you don't want a project that is very costly and involves big instruments. You need to go out in the boat, and the boat time is very expensive. and so on. So does it require expensive scientific equipment and instruments? You don't want a big project. You want a simple project that can be executed. Now, if it does require expensive scientific equipment, are they available? You say, okay, no, I want to do this project, and the equipment are available. We have them, and we can do it. And so, now, of course, expensive scientific equipment, instruments, they usually need a technician to work them. Maybe you don't know how to work this instrument. For example, if you want to measure metals, levels of pollution, you cannot do, you have no experience with that, with these machines. Now, another thing is how much budget is required. The university usually does not have budget for student projects. I have never seen the university paying for a student to do a project. Okay? Now, question, is the fund available? Can you afford it yourself? If you're doing a project on fish, for example, can you go to the fish market, buy fish and bring it and work on them? Now, like I mentioned before, does the project require technical personnel? Yani you are helpless. You do not have to do these things. And if it does require personnel, technical personnel, are they available? You say, yes, I need a statistician available in the statistics department. I need for example, someone who can make drawings and is available in that department, or in the department here. Maybe we have Noor Faiz. She can do the drawings for you. Okay. Now, does it require statistical analysis? If you're doing something on anatomy, maybe you don't need statistics, okay? But if you're doing on numbers, ecology, population ecology, like that, you definitely need statistics. Now, can the student perform the analysis himself? Do you know enough statistics to perform the analysis, or do you need help? Now, this is a very important question. Does the project which you are going to do, does it require one advisor or more? Now, if it's a simple project in biology, you perhaps need one. But if you're doing a multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary project, you might need two. You need a marine chemist and you need a marine biologist. Okay? So this is something very important to take into consideration. Now, my advice, stick to one advisor. Don't go multiple advisors, more than one advisor. One is always busy, one is not busy, one is putting input, another one is lacking behind. And when you do something, he tells you do it like that. When you do it, the other one says, no. Why you did it like that? This is not the way. You do it another way. So you get lost between the two advisors. Select one advisor. Okay, now which advisor do you select? Can the project be executed by only one student? I mean, can you do it yourself, or it requires 2 students, 3 students to do the same project? We allow that. I mean, if the project is big, interdisciplinary, or it has, it's a long project, we usually allow students to participate in doing the project. But when it comes to writing, everybody has to write on his own. We do not accept collective writing. Okay? So we don't know who did what. Okay? Now, does the student have sufficient skill required to write the paper? Are you skilled enough? Do you have background? If you're doing a taxonomy project, do you know taxonomy? Do you know how to use a taxonomic key? Do you know how to use, for example, a microscope properly? Do you know how to enlarge a picture and take photographs from the microscope? Can you do that or no? Okay. Now, important thing here is this one. Does the student have the sufficient skill required to write the paper? If you do the work, you are very good in the lab, you go field work, you do the lab work. When it comes to writing, you are lost. You don't know what to do. So you must have sufficient skill in writing also. You must be able to write. You express your, you put your findings in writing. Now, if you select an advisor and he's busy, that's a problem. He's a nice man, he likes you, he's friendly, okay? But he's not available for you. You register with him, oh, I like that doctor, I'm بسجل مع فلان. Okay, but he's not available. You do a project in the summer, he leaves with his family, he goes vacation. So you are stuck. Very important that the advisor gives you time. He will be available for you. Very important. He has to have input. He has to advise you, to guide you, to put you on the right path from the beginning. That's very important. Now, sometimes some projects get support. Institutional support means, for example, you have a project, you apply to KFAS, or you apply to the research department at the Kuwait University, and you get a fund. If you really need funding. And of course, no project can be done without funding, very few. Okay, so as you can see now, how many criteria I put for you, you have to take into consideration before selecting a project, before getting involved in a project, before registering in the project. You have to be very, very careful. Now, important thing is how I schedule my time. And this is very crucial. Time management, project management. Not everybody has the skill of managing projects. Even doctors. Don't be surprised. Even doctors cannot do that. They projects lag behind. They ask for extension. They ask for another extension, and so on. The project was not planned well from the beginning, or it took too much time, or expanded beyond the objectives of the project. So scheduling the time is very crucial. Now, I'm going to here 1/3, 1/3, and 1/3. Divide your time into 3 portions. Number 1. First thing, of course, is selecting the project after you discuss with the advisor. You cannot select on your own. You have to sit with your advisor who is going to advise you, and you select the project together. You discuss. He might give you a project he has, or he will tell you, go bring me some projects. So, number 1, it takes a week time, 1 week to go back and forth. You go see the advisor, he tells you, go read this, read that, read this reference, and come back to me. Now, 3 weeks, the remaining 3 weeks of month number 1 are for logistics. Logistics بالعربي ترتيبات يعني. Okay? You have to read the background information. You ما تشيل الدش في مشروع ما عندك خلفية عنه. You read the background information during these 3 weeks. Number 2, planning the field trips. If you have to go field, collect data, you must plan on paper. First trip on that date. What time on that time? Where? There. Second trip, third trip, fourth trip. Okay? And then you prepare the sampling and reading schedule. Now, every project needs laboratory equipment. You have to prepare. If you need, for example, aquarium, تبي حوض ماء، حوض سمك في طلمبة في كذا في temperature control, you have to prepare that. Also, you need chemicals. If you're measuring certain things, for example, oxygen, it's two old methods, but whatever. You want to measure certain parameters, you might need chemicals. You want to keep the animals in formalin, you must prepare the formalin. You want to keep them in alcohol, you must have your alcohol ready. Okay, so logistics, very important, 3 weeks. 3 weeks for the logistics. Now, we go in the second, third, well, month number 3, number 2. Here, the month is 4 weeks. What do you do during these 4 weeks? Huh? Field work, readings and sampling, or lab work. Field work or lab work, either one. So you dedicate this month for sampling and reading, field work, collecting information, collecting animals, collecting data, measurements. You collected your fish, your crabs, you bring them to the lab, you need to process them. Sample handling, conducting experiments if you want to do tests on them. Data compilation, preparation of photographs, you want to take photographs of your samples. You want to prepare maps of where you found the animals, drawings, and so on. Then, of course, you need a statistical analysis. Not all projects need a statistical analysis, but it's good to have. It gives a strength, power to your paper, to your research. So this is the work of actual research. You do it all before. The month before was preparation. Selection, preparation, the real work starts during month 2. Okay, now we are in month 3. 1 week for preparing, for repeating some experiments and readings. You did some experiment, you sit with the advisor, he tells you, no, this is wrong, you do it again. What did you put? I put this chemical, no, you put wrong. Repeat that experiment. The results are not acceptable, or they look funny, or they, okay? So you might have to repeat some experiments you have. You have 1 week to do that. Now, you need week 2, 2 weeks, week 1, 2, and 3, for writing the text. Now you have your statistical analysis, you have your drawings, you have your maps, you have your tables, everything is ready, your data. Now you want to write. Okay? You write 2 weeks to write. You have nothing to do. Let's write the paper. Weeks for writing the text. Okay? Now, after you write it, of course, you submit draft to the advisor. Now, don't assume the advisor is going to take, when you give him the draft, he's going to sit in his office, close his door, stay in the afternoon or late in the evening to read your paper. No, he's going to go home, have lunch, and go Diwaliya and so on. He's not free for you. When he's free, he will read your paper. It might take him 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. Be prepared for that. Don't assume, okay, he's my advisor, I'll give him the paper now, tomorrow he will give it back. No, don't assume that. Now, the last week now is for rewriting. You gave to the advisor, he gave you his comments, corrections, now you have to rewrite. So you have 1 week to rewrite the final draft. After what? Receiving advisors' corrections and comments. He gave you his comments, now you're ready to correct your paper and do it according to his advice. Now, after your paper is graded, they'll give you a grade, A, B, C, D, whatever. If the paper is worthy, your research was good, the methodology was good, the subject was required, any information was not available on that subject, you can start publishing your paper, of course, with the advisor. Now, the question here comes, I hope my colleagues forgive me. Guardian Satul Awal. Who is going to be the first author of the paper? Usually the advisor says, I'm the first author. I gave you the idea, I have supervised you, I corrected the paper, I facilitated the lab for you, I gave you the funding, I am the first author, you are second author. Some professors say, no, this is your work. It's your work. I want to encourage you. Your paper doesn't take me up or down. It's not that type of paper which I can be promoted on. You will not be promoted on that paper, on a short-term paper. Okay? You are the first author. I'm the second. Or you will say, no, you did the project, you write it, send it to the publisher, you are the author. You're going to put my name. I thank my advisor. It's enough for me. So don't be surprised if the advisor said to you, I want to be the first author, or I want to be the second author. Of course, to you, it doesn't make that much difference because this is a student project for you. It's not a project which you will be promoted on or you'll be. If you publish the paper, they will not give you a higher grade. Why? Because the grade is already given. The advisor already submitted your grade. So it doesn't make difference if you publish or don't publish, he was not going to change your grade. So it's your personal choice. Some advisors, of course, they can encourage the student to publish. Go ahead, try it. Don't go for high journal, go for middle journal, lower journal, no problem, but publish it. Get the information. Now, if you cannot publish the paper, what can you do? Huh? Anybody? You can do a poster.
Posted.
You do a poster and you hang it in the center here. Your project, your experiments, your results, your statistics, you put your paper and you hang it here. They put it for you on the wall so everybody can read it. This is the least. Don't take your project and put it in the drawer. Say, I get my grade. Let's move on. Who cares? Okay? Now, why all this talk? Why we brought you here? To tell you about all this thing, take your time, and give you this information, and tell you, do a student project. What is the objective? First objective, of course, is to gain practical knowledge of conducting a scientific project. You will not get practical knowledge by attending lab sessions, by reading references, by reading books. No, you will get practical knowledge by doing the project yourself. Doors will be open for you, and you will go through this door. Oh, more doors, endless, like that. Now, also, we want to train the students on what? Look, self-confidence. خلي يكون عنده ثقة بنفسه. Okay? You tell him you can do. Don't be afraid of scientific project. The name will scare you. No. Give him confidence and also self-dependence. Can you do a project and finish it on your own? This is very important when it comes to being employed. People who interview, they will take that in consideration that you are, you started the project, you finished it. You can do independent work. Now, along with independent work, of course, they also want to do work with colleagues in a تشتغل في team. That they also look for that. Next, providing the student the opportunity to explore new ways of gaining knowledge. هي مو محاضرات وبس ولا reading books وبس. No, you generate information yourself. Knowledge, you generate knowledge. Scientific knowledge. لا تستهين تقول والله هذا small project. لا, every result you get is a new scientific result ما حد مسوي قبلك. Next, strengthen relations between the student and the advisor. يعني here is really you are out of the classroom. Classroom حاضر غايب غياب فلان حاضر فلان غياب لكتشر روح بيوتكم. يمكن ساعة مكتبية يستقبل يمكن ما يستقبل. Now, my colleagues here, please don't take it personally. I'm talking in general. Anywhere in any university in the world. Okay? So, here is where you will get close relationship with your advisor. You will get to know each other. He will know your potentials, hidden potentials. You have some hidden potentials that he didn't know about. عندك قدرات مخفية أنت ما بينتها لا بالامتحانات ولا بالمحاضرات ولا بالمناقشات. But when you did project, your advisor was surprised. Now, here we want to see the student we taught for 4 years, 3 years, 4 years, 2 years, how much knowledge he has gained. Provide the student the opportunity to demonstrate the level of his scientific achievements. درسناك 3 سنوات والحين انت ready to do a project. انا ماني حلو لا تصبريني. Okay? So, لا صبري مو مشكلة. Strengthen relations, provide the student the opportunity to demonstrate the level of his scientific achievement. How much did he learn? All the courses we taught him, 6, 7, 8, 10 professors taught you courses. What did you learn? How much did you achieve? You still, you learned 50% or you learned 75% or you learned 80%. It will be demonstrated in the project when you do it. Okay? Now, of course, here, by this, I mean how much knowledge he has gained in his studies. How much knowledge, scientific knowledge, of course. Now, you ask me, what is the short-term problem? Give us some examples. What can we do? We are lost. We don't know what to do. صح ولا؟ Oh. Here, this is a very simple project. Turbidity measures in the MSc Marina during June 2023. You take 1 month, because we said the experimentation is what? 1 month. The field work, experimentation is 1 month. So here, turbidity. How do I measure turbidity? Very simple. All you need is this instrument. That's it. Take water, put it in the machine, gives you the reading. Now, how many times I read? You read during calm days, during windy days, during أيام في موج, أيام في turbidity, the high. So we want to know the highest, the lowest, and things like that. The fluctuation in turbidity. Very simple project. the marina of the marine center. Here, fishes found in the Green Island pool. هذه مثل المارينا تقريبا، الجزيرة الخضراء. اوكي. Go to library, do the reference readings, go to the lab, prepare your lab setup, prepare your field setup. You want to go to the field and start working, nobody will say no. But you agree with your advisor, okay? Don't do anything without his advice. Have very close relationship with the advisor. And I thank you very much for listening. I hope. If you have questions, we can answer.
questions, Freedom?
Yes, تفضل.
سؤالي هو مو عند الريسيرش بروجكت مال الجامعة بس لما you ask for a research how do I ask for it from the fund who do I ask and I'm collecting samples which will be more
You are where are you studying now? Are you a university student?
yes zoology وmaritime
ما شاء الله كم عمرك أنت؟
22
ما شاء الله سبحان الله. Your professors always available for you. Always. If you have taken course with them or you haven't taken course with them, they are here to serve you. الجامعة وظفت الدكاترة عشان يخدمون الطلبة. ما وظفت الدكاترة وقالت خلي الطلبة يدرسونهم. معاي بالفكرة؟ They hired the professors to teach the students. They did not hire professors بعدين قالوا يا طلبة تعالوا في دكاترة بالجامعة اللي يبي يسجل يسجل. لا. They are here to serve you. And they're all nice people. Now أحيانا واحد شديد واحد رخو شوية واحد فريندلي واحد ما يبي الغشمرة واحد يغشمر. هذه أشياء جانبية. They are all available for you anytime. Anytime. If it's project or no project, anything, you read something interesting, you want to ask about it, why not? كل الدكاترة عندهم ساعات مكتبية. تروح الساعة المكتبية. السلام عليكم السلام. عندي سؤال تفضل. Okay? Has anyone done project before? You have? You registered and you get grade?
did independent research or I'm doing a research project this semester
Okay, good. You find this talk useful for you?
but I think it's too late في شيء واحد I wish I did I did something I didn't like just to see if I actually don't like it. I did lab work. I wanted to do something in the topics you mentioned. I like them more.
Could someone tell me what he said? Sorry.
So اللي
بالعربي يقول عمي يقول بالعربي.
اللي سويته مشروع مختبر
Okay.
عن protein analysis.
All right.
بس انه ما كان عاجبني الشيء هذا بس قلت خليني اجرب اشوف اذا صدق يعني شيء مو عاجبني يمكن لما اجربه واطول معاه يعجبني بعد فتره بس المواضيع اللي انت تكلمت عنها احلى
المواضيع هذه اللي تشوفها خبرة 50 سنة بالجامعة. اوكي؟
يمكن حبيتي الفيلد ورك اكثر من اللاب.
yeah بس now I'm sure I don't like that work.
لازم اغلب الاشياء اللي نسويها بالفيلد لازم تصير فيها شويه شغل مختلف صح؟
Yeah. Now, after listening to this talk, are you encouraged to register for research project or no? That's the important thing. And if we talk and it doesn't have effect on you, we wasted our time. عرفت قصدي؟ يعني أبيكم من هنا عشان نقول لكم عن شيء إذا ما استفدتوا منه ما سوينا شيء. ضيعنا وقتنا ووقتكم.
دكتور مناف I'd like first to thank you for this excellent talk. And it is, I think, exceptional because it is targeting the students themselves.
Yes.
Usually these talks are more regarding, different scientific topics. But I think this is an excellent talk that it is directed toward the students and giving them thorough information and good experience in this field. And I hope that we will see many of our marine students joining the project with different staff members here in the department.
Yeah. Go for it, register.
And I hope also that the committee for the schedule for courses, that it will start to add the project, research project under various names of different doctors in this department.
So this semester we have Dr. Abdurrahman starting project with one of our students.
Okay.
Ali.
Now this talk was useful for you. New things for you? ها؟
ان شاء الله في الامان الدكتور عبد الرحمن يعني
يلا في البركة إن شاء الله. في أيدي أمينة. والريال بس يقولون في أيدي أمينة سوري. Okay, I think we are hungry, huh? يوعى تاكلون؟ يوعى ظهري يوعى.
Thank you, Mr. Manaf.
Okay, thank you very much.
يعطيك العافيه دكتور مناف.
حياك الله أهلا حبيبي. حياك الله.
ما زلت محفوظ
الله يعطيك العافية. أوه. يكفوني جزاك الله خير. ما قصرتوا.